or these principles. We'll be reading these principles quite a bit. We're going to be reading these once every day, once every morning we meet here. And then every time we meet, for any reason, we're going to be going through these, okay? Probably other than the TIR. When I'm doing the TIR program, we probably won't because I've got a different format for that. But for the book club, for the mastermind meetings, we're going to be going through these. This may feel weird. This may feel weird. But this weekend really is about pushing people a little bit, not crazy out of your comfort zone. And I don't believe in a comfort zone, by the way. We'll get into that another time. But pushing you a little bit, but it's going to be something that helps you. When I introduce these into a group, and when we practice these, we get into a different mindset, where we're willing to invest in each other in different ways. So this is what I'm going to do. If you're okay with it, we'll start just with Charlotte, and you can read. I'll read the first bit, and then you can read I release and then the phrase underneath that, and then we'll just go in order, okay? So mastermind principles. Begin every mastermind meeting by reading these mastermind principles. Go ahead, Charlotte.
I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong and I have others to help me.
I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own.
I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I am open to looking at myself, my problems, and opportunities from another's point of view.
I decide to release my desire totally in the trust to the mastermind, and I am open to accepting new possibilities.
I forgive myself for mistakes I've made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past. I can move into the future with a clean slate.
I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires. And I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment.
I accept, know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I'm grateful knowing this is so.
Go ahead, Brad. You can read that last bit.
Sure. Dedication and covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to the world and to my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest examples for others to follow and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy.
Perfect. I want you on your own, just over the weekend, to just read through these points. These are really good points. And as you internalize these over the year, as you internalize them over and over and over and over again, this is going to be one of those growth things that I talked about. Yeah, internal personal growth things. All right. Who wants to go first? Who wants to talk about the questions? And we don't have to take a bunch of time on this. If we need a little bit more time, that's fine. Right now, what the purpose is not to tell people what they need to do. Right now, the purpose is not to give people help. Right now, the purpose is simply to listen. Okay? Just to hear where people are at, where people have struggled, what they're hoping for in the future. Okay? Anyone can go when they're ready.
Well, I'm stuck, and I don't want to be stuck relying on my job. We started, I'll say we a lot of times because of Charlotte and I as a team. Following Darren Weeks about six and a half years ago, and I felt in 6.5 years that I wouldn't be still where I am. Right, so I feel I'm stuck going back to my regular just over broke, because the job in our acronym is every day. So that's where I'm stuck at.
Okay. What else? What other things did you write down there for other points?
For two, nervous anxiety. There again, I'm kind of like I have a wall, and I don't portray it. But Charlotte says, "Yeah, here I'm nervous about being here.
Yeah.
Anxiety about being here."
I appreciate the transparency.
Yeah.
That's so valuable, Darryl. Thank you.
Because I just, I'm nervous. On the plane, I was reading my book and like, this is exciting, this is great, and all of a sudden it gets, oh, geez, I'm scared as hell here to come here. Like and all of a sudden I'm like, so that's, procrastination is another one.
Yeah.
I'm really You know, there again, I'm excited to be here, but then I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do this. You know, I'm kind of like stuck. I get stuck, I'm stuck getting started out there, just sitting on the couch going, how do I get started? You're writing points down, you know, just think, procrastinating about it.
So those are great pickups that you're paying attention to. How many other people were nervous of coming here? Right, sure, right? He's the director. Yeah, so almost everyone. I think that, again, this is the power of the group, is that we go, so much of the time we feel alone, and as soon as we say it, everyone goes, oh yeah, that's me too. And they're like, oh, this is everyone, or almost everyone. Yeah.
And then maybe it's part of procrastination, but I get so excited about real estate and I get so wound up about it, and I just come to a roadblock and I crash. I'm like, I think that's part of procrastination. I don't know what it is, but that's kind of one of the things that I feel I get stuck with too, is that I get all excited, I want to come to these events, and then I come and go like, oh, you know, I come stop. You know, I come to a stop in these things, right?
That's why we're doing this for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The value I see in this is to work with so many like-minded people. Charlotte and I discussed about this, and Sam we discussed about it. We'd like to have an event like this, because every mastermind, I've only been to one of Ken's events, but we leave and then it's done. And we have maybe email communication a little bit, but we don't have anything after that. You know, it seems to fizzle really fast. So that's why I see coming out of this group that we're gonna have communication all the time, you know. Hopes for the year, just to have more valuable relationships with these people, become friends, you know, other than just going to an event, you see them at an event and then that's it. Become friends with these people. And to get out of my just over broke job. I want to be on to the next step. If it's going to be with a year, 2 years, 3 years, but I want to be in a year from now at that point where I'm very confident that I'm going to be out of that job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who's next?
Kind of odd that the person with anxiety was the first one to talk.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So is that a pattern for you, Daryl, that you're willing to go forward and to kind of get over it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll serve you well.
That's interesting, an interesting comment, Rick, because I can relate totally to that. Like I feel exactly what Daryl just said. You know, that's who I am as well when I go into strange environments, and I get to the point like I'm just this ball of nerves. And I say, just do it, get over with, and I just run with it, and it's over.
Well,
do you feel good now?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and it just gets easier.
Well, at the last mastermind group, I knew exactly what I had to get up and do, and I was like, I just got to get up and do that. I don't care if I don't want to be last. I want to be the top 3 or 5 to get up and say it.
Yeah.
And then I was procrastinating about doing. I knew the questions Ken was going to ask, and I'm like, well, how am I going to say that? What am I going to say to this? And I just ran with it, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I was at an event. I mean, I used to be the person in the back of the room, last person, you know, hopefully they won't ask me, all of that. That was me, still is me to a certain extent. But I was at a Tony Robbins event where we had to climb a 40-foot telephone pole and jump off of this telephone pole. And Joanne and I were both there, and we're both very, very similar. She didn't want to do this. She was the very last person to do it. I wanted to be the first. I wanted to get up there and just overcome this fear. And I was pissed off because I was second.
Sit there all the more long.
Yeah, it was really, but it was to overcome it. It gets easier as time goes on.
Yeah. And procrastination, like, so here's another question. How many people struggle with procrastination in this room?
Depends.
Yeah. Yeah, again, right?
Can I answer that later?
I was going to What was that?
You finished my sentence.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little. We're going to touch on procrastination as far as the word. But if you pay attention, all of you pay attention to the things that I'm going to be talking about over the weekend, you're going to start picking up on ways to get through procrastination. This is actually the reason I got into psychology and well, not the only reason, but a major reason why I went into psychology and coaching in the first place was my own procrastination. I wanted to understand it because I would ask, like honestly, hundreds of people in my life, how do I get through procrastination? And nobody had an answer. And you're going to get that in here, okay?
Because I get so excited, build myself up to it, and then I don't do it.
Yeah.
I just stop.
Yeah. It's not going to be complete. By the end of this weekend, you're not going to have all the answers. But over the course of the year, if you do what you've committed to do, you're going to be good. Okay? Yeah. Good. Who's next?
I can go. I can go because Daryl took most of my stuff already.
Yeah, just
I feel like
repeat.
you're looking over my shoulder or something. I only got through the first 2 questions, but I can sort of wing it for the last 2 as well. The first one, again, pretty similar to what you're talking about, the job and just over broke, and there's lots of things that I want to do with my family and stuff, and I don't feel like I can. So that sucks, but I want to change that, so that's why I'm here. Patterns that I noticed, there's a few things that kind of came up, and I'm sure there's probably another. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that, should I? 'Cause I beat myself up. That's one of the. I was going to say there's probably another half a dozen things that I do that I shouldn't. That's one of them.
Yeah.
I'll kind of touch on them, but so the first thing that came up was like sometimes I'll go and I'll buy something that I don't really need, and it's like an impulse buy. Like I shouldn't have a Costco so close to my house because I love Costco. They have everything that I need, but it's hilarious. Like you go to checkout and the person says, "So did you find everything you were looking for?" And it's always, yeah, and about another 10 other items that you probably didn't need. And do we need a big, anyway, sorry, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent. But, so sometimes I'll go and I'll buy stuff that I know that I shouldn't be buying it, but I think that it would be kind of fun to have or whatever. This is kind of the big one that I found. And it sort of is more of it's like a procrastination thing, but I've had some help with this one too, but I kind of wait until everything is just right before I start to take action on something, which means I am rarely taking action on things because things are never just right. And I'm becoming more aware of that pattern in my life right now, or that I've had for a long time. Like I'll find reasons not to do something because it's not just so. So that's something. I want to have more of a ready, fire, aim approach. Like just go. As I was writing this down, there was something. It's kind of an army reference, but when you're calling in indirect fire, like call it mortars or artillery or something, you call it in, and then it lands, and then you adjust from there. Say add 200 or drop to it or left or right, and then they change it, and then they fire again, and then you adjust it again. If I waited until everything was just perfect, it would never happen. So it's got to be more of a, hey, just let her buck and then make changes as I go. That's something that I really need to work on.
Success through failure again.
Yeah.
Right? Such an important point. Good.
Yeah.
To that, there's a very, not famous quote, but a quote that sticks in my mind that it was fail forward fast. The faster you experience your failures, the quicker you'll experience success.
What's going in the book, Ken?
But we all have this, we've been raised in an environment where failure is perceived to be a negative, bad thing. But that's how we learn, is through failures. We learn more through our failure than we do through our successes, because we take our successes for granted.
Yeah.
Brad, you're in sales, right?
Yeah.
Are you on 100% commission?
No.
You have a salary?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Just, it just makes it closer to a JOB
Yeah.
than a business.
Yes.
Just some people in sales are on 100% commission, so they're almost
Yeah.
in their own business.
They've got more freedom than that to decide.
Or more risk, yeah.
Yeah.
I took a photo of something that I was at a course, actually the date's on it, 2015, and I still got it on my phone. It's perfect for you. It says, if you fail, never give up, because fail means first attempt in learning. End is not the end. In fact, end means effort never dies. And if you get no, as an answer, remember, no means next opportunity, so let's be positive. That's what we started out with sometimes. It's actually a good little quote.
First attempt.
I can send it to you.
Yeah.
It's on the phone.
Next opportunity, I like that as
Yeah.
well.
Haven't heard that either.
Yeah, it was, I don't know who wrote it. It was written on a piece of paper like that. It just resonated with me, so I took a picture of it.
Cool.
What else, Brad?
Well, I know what I do when I get stressed or overwhelmed. It's not sugar, but I'll I'll drink. I'll have a beer or two or more. If I'm really feeling stressed, so that's when my wife knows that there's something going on. I'll have more, or I'll play video games. I've been hooked on video games for a long time, but it's a way of just kind of disconnecting. And if I'm really, really stressed, I'll drink beer and play video games.
Combo.
I don't do that very often, but yeah, that's kind of where I disconnect from and how I disconnect.
So who else has, like, so we've talked about food, sugar, beer, whatever it is. Who else has patterns where they feel overwhelmed and it's attached to food? Yeah? It's definitely me. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's one of my patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was as far as I got.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks. And that's enough. The reason those first two questions to me they're not. It's not that the other two are not important, but the other two you've probably heard at different times. The first two are new probably to most of you, and I want to get into those a little bit. So that's fine.
There is one thing that I thought of that just kind of came to me again. The value that I see in this group. One of my affirmations that I have that something that I'm working through is being part of a group that supports me and cheers me on. I have an affirmation that says I'm part of a kick-ass team that supports me, cheers me on, and lets me know that I'm safe to succeed. So that's you guys. So
That's beautiful.
That's
Beautifully
cool,
put
man.
too. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Next.
I'll go. Places have been stuck. For me, it's trouble in decision making. I get overwhelmed with so much information and chasing too many shiny objects, jumping from one thing to the other. And the patterns I would like to change in my life, procrastinating. And most of the time it's on my own projects rather than other people's projects, because if I make a promise to someone, I will do the first, whether it's rain, snow, whatever it is, I'll make a commitment. But with mine, I tend to make excuses to get up a bit and not
So
think.
again, that's the investing in others versus investing. How many people will go out and do things for other people and won't procrastinate as much, but with yourself you'll procrastinate more. Yeah.
And also struggle with lack of focusing, jumping from one thing to the other.
Yeah.
Starting and not finishing what I start, even when I know that is good
Yeah.
for myself.
Okay.
And also resisting change, especially things to deal with technology or moving parts, machinery and stuff like that. Some kind of a fear with that. And the third one, the value I see in this group is learning from each other and to gain different perspective on things in life. And I think this program will help me to focus again, gain clarity and self-confidence in my life.
Yeah.
And the fourth one is up to hopes for this year is growing my mindset to gain better making decisions, to feel that I'm on the right track and living intentionally rather than reacting to situations.
So a lot of yours focused on confidence, right?
That
Yeah. So again, I'm betting this is a theme for a lot of people. It's been a theme in my life. Who struggles with self-confidence in going forward with decisions? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, lots of nodded heads. Okay.
And lastly, to be able to start investing in real estate in Canada for this year or going forward.
Okay. Thanks for sharing some.
Places you've been stuck in the past. I've been stuck trying to get funded before, so I've had to do some creative stuff to get funded. Also been stuck trying to find or to use partnership, as well as using other people's money. So I'm a bit of a lone ranger, and there's a reason behind that. But we'll get into that.
There was this.
I've been stuck. I've been stuck coming up with a definitive plan because things are always constantly changing. So it's kind of like that, but it's normal. The other thing is that I internalize a lot of stuff, so nobody really gets inside. So it's very rare that anything comes out. You're the first person to do that.
Really?
Very first. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That was at the event you
yeah,
said.
it's the very first time it's ever happened.
Hmm.
Patterns that I'd like to change. When I'm stressed out, I eat anything and everything, and it's just like whatever's there, it's gone. Just some patterns, you know. I don't do anything personally anymore. It's everything's for work or my family, and just to get more active. Used to be very active, so kind of stop that. So see a repetition of patterns of getting more inactive. It's a huge value in the group because everyone's open-minded and easy to talk to, as well as everyone has different experiences in the room. And it's kind of cool to pick that up. So it's kind of neat. And just be around like-minded people should excel wherever you want to be quicker.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that. And just, you know, hope to get a definitive plan to achieve goals quicker. That's kind of the goal for, you know, the year.
I want to encourage you, Rick, because so everyone's busy, right? That's a theme of North American culture. We fill our time, even if it's with wasting time or whatever, or escaping, feeling overwhelmed, or whatever that is. Every single time I have a client, the two biggest objections are money, to invest in themselves with money, or to invest in themselves with time. They say, I don't have enough time. And everyone has 24 hours. But on the way that our culture measures time, if you're busy with work and family, that's okay, you really are busy now, right? Legitimately. So Rick, in our cultural paradigm, you are extravagantly busy.
Yes and no. Like it's weird to a point. Like I'm home every day. Like to me, busy. I've got friends that are truck drivers that aren't home.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm less busy than some. Maybe more.
So a
busy
lot
than
of things on the go, maybe.
Yes. Okay, I've got a lot of things on the go.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And remember at the event, you had talked to me and it was just kind of like, I don't know. I want this. I don't know how to fit it in. And yet you made the decision to come here,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so I want to encourage you with that. And I mean everyone, because we're all busy in our own ways. That's something we're going to be learning about this year too. So there's a great, I think it's a Yiddish proverb or idiom that says, I'm too poor not to buy good quality things. I'm too poor not to buy good quality things. And the understanding there is if I buy cheap junk, it falls apart quickly, and I end up spending more over a year than just buying the one thing that lasts a year. I now waste more time. I now waste more. It's a scarcity mindset, right? Where we get into that, and it's the same with time in many ways, and I think can be applied to the situation. You guys and me, all of us, we have too limited time. We have too little time, not to take time for ourselves in really unique ways.
When I seen the email list come out, when Ken had all the names on there, I'll be honest with you, you were probably the last person I expected to see here. Because your time is so busy.
Culturally, again, I think culturally people view what you do as being the super busy.
See, but I don't see myself as that busy, but I'm probably busier than most. But yeah.
But you were probably the least likely person I thought I would see on the list. So
Yeah.
awesome, thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
And that's something that I'm hoping will change also this year, is your concept of time and how you use time. Because we're all the same amount. Not for the same years, but for the same amount you need per day. Who else? Were you done, Rick?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I can go, I guess. Okay, so the value I see in this room is people with integrity, so we can be honest with each other. People with similar mindset, which everybody's pretty much said, and people who are committed. As like Daryl said, I've been to mastermind groups before, and I've tried to stay in contact, and then nobody contacts me back, so it just fizzles off. So I'm looking forward to the commitment for that. Patterns I change in my life, worrying about money. I don't consider myself a worrier, but money is something that I worry about, and running out of it, because we went through a really bad period in time where I got laid off, lost my job, and we thought everything would be fine. And then all of a sudden the money was gone, and we couldn't pay bills, and it was horrible. It was the most horrible, stressful time in my life. And I don't want to go through that again. So I worry about that. Another pattern is getting stuck in day-to-day routine, just getting up and making your motions through the day. So that's a pattern I see myself. And then all of a sudden, the year's gone, and what happens? Another pattern I have is guilt. I feel guilty if I make a mistake or something like that. I'm really hard on myself. So I tend to feel guilt. Places we've been stuck in the past was the running out of money situation and being in a bad place financially, where we couldn't pay the bills, and I'd never through my whole life had been through something like that, and it was terrible. So that was a very bad place to be stuck. Hopes for the year in the future, to change my mindset, to be more positive, and to put a new plan in place to move forward with the family. Because it's the same thing like with what Rick said. We think we have something in place, and then something totally changes. Well, that plan totally blows up. So then you have to go in another direction. So it'd be nice to put something in place. What else did I say? I think that's it.
So there was another key that I hear it from so many people that I work with. How many of you also struggle with just guilt on kind of a consistent basis? It's kind of just always there. Yeah. Yeah.
I think anyone who's not a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's kind of a malady of our culture, right? You don't have to feel guilt. And again, we'll have a conversation about guilt and shame and other things at some other time, but that's a really, really common thing. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Go for it.
So places I've been stuck in the past, at times definitely I find myself getting stuck. Big picture thinker that's very detailed. So if I don't find a solution to an issue that makes sense or a path that makes sense, I won't move forward with that. But it also affects the other things that are going on in my life as well. So a new business venture moving forward, or dealing with let's say a legal case, but it's really important to do, but you got to figure out your finances today. If I can figure out that path in my mind, like a rough path, I'm good. But if I come to something that I can obviously see is affecting me getting from the end goal, then I come back and I'll struggle internally until I can figure out that path. I've been I found myself being stuck with friendships that I've grown apart from. Going from having different groups of friends and many friends to coming to a point where I eliminated 95% of the people around me. And I have got through that and understood what was happening now to some degree, but it was a very lonely portion of my life where you have all these friendships for 10 or 20 years or longer, and you just come to the point where you say, it's not okay with me anymore. You can't. When you start pushing people away, and once you start pushing some away, you push others away, and all of a sudden it's just you after you and your partner. And you're not really understanding, is it me? Or what was happening? So that's been a big place. sharing in group environments, so not going first. Yeah, so those are some of the areas, patterns I'd like to change. I find myself not taking care of myself as well as I should. It's like you're constantly working to your goals and you understand what you should be doing, but I'm putting other things that are more important first. Spending time with my family is more important. Working towards that goal or whatever I'm doing is more important. But for me to take time for myself to ensure that, happy, healthy, and on that path, I'll do some of it. But it's not enough to really be happy and satisfied that you are accomplishing that goal as well. And the pattern I'd like to change also too is to learn how to communicate well or better with others. Understanding that when words are said, they're perceived very differently, and how to articulate that and have a good conversation about things that are harder to understand myself. So it's a very easy conversation, no matter how difficult the subject or topic, or how much I'm disconnected from connecting with an individual. So understanding that better. And the value that I see in this group is, I don't want to put myself first, but the focus time to invest in myself and to have that time, and how I'm doing that is by learning from others in the group and different perspectives. So that's the big value that I see is, having a trustworthy, supportive team to work with and learn from. And for myself, for hopes for this year, I just really would like to improve myself. This is going to be my main focus, is just to improve my quality of life in the sense of self-development and learn.
So again, themes. How many of you have struggled with communication at different times? Yeah, it's a really common thing, right? There's one other thing that you were saying, Joseph. Know that, so like if I've ever got my computer open and I'm typing notes, know that I'm not writing notes on any of you. What I'm doing is taking some of the themes that I'm hearing, general themes, and going, gotta make sure I touch on this, I gotta make sure I touch on that, okay? Just so you guys know. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go next. Things that I've been stuck on in the past, life-work balance, personal priorities. So as many of others have said around the room, setting others' priorities first, and not always getting around or never getting around to my own. I'm very detail-oriented, so sometimes decisions get delayed and just because I'm not sure that I have all the information. Stuck sometimes in expressing myself, so how I internalize things. Patterns, feeling like I'm not doing enough. So from a perfectionist standpoint, I'm always wanting to do better.
How many people struggle with perfectionism? Are you seeing these themes over and over and over?
Being more emotionally aware and adaptable. I tend to be more task oriented, so sometimes I don't pick up on cues that others pick up on, so I find that an area that I need to continue to improve on.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert, and for the longest time coming home from at the end of the day at the office, I'm always exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it I thought was the amount of workload. Mm-hmm. But I've just come across a clip somewhere just recently that suggested that it's normal for introverts to need to recharge. So that's been a different perspective that I need to consider. The value I see in the group is commitment and accountability, helping others who are willing to help me. It was said earlier about regular communication, so after the fact, the follow up. Hopes for this year, better life balance, more focused on personal priorities, and new adventures.
New adventures, I like that. Skydiving?
No. No, that's definitely not out there.
You got a pool?
Thanks, Larry.
Well, key points. Biggest place I've been stuck is self-image on who I am, where I come from, where I'm going. Patterns I'd like to change in my life. Biggest one would probably be freedom or feeling lost. Having freedom but still feeling lost kind of thing. From the group, I feel like everyone here is very successful individuals in their own areas of life. Everybody has great life experience from their own successes to bring forward. And my biggest hope for this year is just to find some good focus in where to go.
So how many of you, as you got to know Brad a little bit, maybe on the weekend in Calgary, or see him or talk to him, go, that's a successful guy.
Yeah.
He's got it together. So almost everyone. Here's another pattern for everyone. We struggle with our own guilt, with our own shame, with things that are going on, and seeing like, what is this